Hello and welcome to the final episode of this year. To celebrate this, I decided to wear my Urban Decay Pandemonium lipstick. Mm-hmm. In celebration, because who wouldn't mind a little pandemonium, right? Just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so top 10 episodes of the year, they are in, and I'm going to give a shout out to every single country who tunes in. All right, because this podcast wouldn't exist without you, quite frankly. So I want to say thank you, give that shout out, and really just to honor, those who listen to the show. When I think about my podcast origins, I started in my bedroom. I had a poster board on the wall that was my speech, my intro. And back then the podcast was called Violet Sanctuary Spa Podcast. And I just said, welcome and all that jazz. And back then I had to use a landline phone to call in. My mom got me this phone, to celebrate my starting of being a podcaster. And so that's how the process was back then for the platform that I used. Or if you wanted to just use the direct mainframe, you had to call in using Skype. But it was really cool because one side you saw the chats, other side you saw all the callers, and that was just so much fun to do. Little did I know that podcasting will evolve to video and so much more. That was, over 10 years ago. So the podcast itself is 10 years in its 10th season, going on 11th. I had paused it a few times due to surgery, but overall, I've been podcasting for a decade, if not a little bit more. So let's get into it. I want to talk about these titles or episodes, and I'm looking over here because I have some props for you too. So I am recapping these episodes based on my memory. Simply because I would have to listen to my voice for a number of hours to remember everything. And while I do love my voice, that's much. That's too much. Okay. So I'm going off of memory. Go back to these episodes, listen to them. Okay. And so let's begin. Coming up at number 10. And I want to do a drum roll. One day I will have a studio. Mark my words, one day I will have a studio and I'm going to have some sound effects. So coming in at number 1, Tia favorite series, Oils and Other Witchy Things, episode 369. Coming in high at number 10. So yeah, I love scents. I love aroma. I love just the mood it puts you in. I love how it changes the environment. And I'll show one because these other oils go with another episode. But so this one is from my girl, Honey Jar. And this is Hot Witch Summer. So she released this this year, and it came with a spray too. And it has a bunch of herbs in it, which I love. And basically she prays over it, imbues it with so many things. It smells so good. And it just really helps you to get in the zone. It helps you with attraction. It helps you with so much more. So it's interesting that you loved my favorite things, oil and other witchy things. So what I'm thinking regarding the other witchy things include the incense, and probably some crystals, probably something with aesthetics, to just set the mood, set the tone right. So yeah, Tia's favorite things, oils and other witchy things. I purchased so much oil from my witchy entrepreneur friends that at one point I wasn't purchasing perfume until I realized, oh snap, I need to order more. So let me go get perfume real quick. All right, so that's number 10, Tia's favorite things, oils and other witchy things, episode 369. All right, coming in at number 10, episode 372, fulfilling your desires. Number 9, fulfilling your desires. One thing I learned about leading a life that you truly want to live is that you have to make sure that you are taking care of your needs and wants, taking care of your desires, taking care of your nourishments, and so much more. So I can see why this came in at number 9, because it really is important. Once you figure out your desires, oh my gosh, no one can tell you what they are, right? No one can convince you to buy something that you don't need, that you don't have interest in. So really understanding your desires helps you to unlock so much more about who you are, what you need, what you want, and so much more. So that was a fun episode. I'm just tuning into that energy that it brings. And I just feel like a lot of people had self-discovery moments with that episode. So definitely go back and check out episode 372, fulfilling your desires, because it's important. All right, coming in at number 8, episode 367, must-have ingredients for spell work. So yeah, I do not remember all the things I said in this episode. So what I will say is, when I do spell work, I usually use cinnamon for prosperity. So I would have cinnamon sticks that I put in my coffee, stir it around. And plus, cinnamon is good to put in black coffee. Bay leaves, I write on them. And they don't really burn in a traditional sense, but I put it in my cauldron. I just set it on fire a little bit, and a few other things. So also, just as a foundational piece when it comes to must-have ingredients for spell work, remember, you are the magic. So the main ingredient is you. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you are fulfilling your desires, because when you do spell work from a place of desperation, it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't come out the way you want all the time, because you could desperately need money. These brackets on the back of my teeth, whew, you could need money in a very extreme, I need it now, situation. So there's that kind of desperate. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm describing is when we want something so bad that is out of our control, that we have to go through certain things and experience certain things and learn before we actually get the things that we want. So, for example, let's say you want to meet the love of your life, but you haven't done your own personal work to get to a point, at least, where you are the person who you need to be for yourself before you can show up for someone else, because we all are constantly healing and things like that. But it's looking at internally, who do I need to be for myself before I enter our relationship? Okay, because if you enter that dream relationship too early, you can sabotage yourself. So remember, the main ingredient for spell work is you, and check out that episode. All right, moving right along. Coming in at number 7, episode 365, visualizing your year into reality. Yes, I am so big on this. So I posted about imagination a little while ago on my Instagram page, because I'm promoting my new mastermind, Enchantress Becoming. So if you haven't listened to the episode about Enchantress Becoming, it's just a few episodes back. Check it out. You can also go to my website, tiamariejohnson.com/boutique, and it is there. Okay. It is a 3-month portal to expansion. Okay. Mastermind. And we're going to get into a few things. All right. So with that, visualizing, I talked about on my Instagram, when I was a kid, I visualized owning a mall and a talk show. I was a businesswoman because I hadn't yet learned the word entrepreneur. And now here it is. I have my own talk show in the means of a podcast. So, just really diving into your imagination, really visualizing that, being proactive. We don't know exactly where it will lead because I was a kid when I thought of that. I have a wild imagination. Podcasting was nowhere near in existence, but there's parts of us that once we tap into our imagination, we can visualize so much more and make things more and more a reality. So we can, in many ways, reverse engineer who we want to be. So say this is our next level us, and let's say we're right here. Okay, what do we need to do right here to get us to up here? All right. So that's all that is. An example I give too is one day I will have a private chef, and I talked about my progression moving up that way from ordering from local spots to ordering food from the app. So you get, depending on where you order, a little bit better food. So now I have a home delivery service where the food is magnificent. The chef makes it so perfect. So it's like I have a private chef. So we see this upward curve going towards what I want, but I had to start here. I had to do the trial and error and figure out what works. Okay. So that's what I mean. Where can we start right here to get to that? And visualization is a great starting point. All right. And definitely check out Enchantress Becoming. All right. So it's only open for 10 people because this is high touch. You're going to be working more one-on-one with me. And each month is dedicated to something different. Month one is all about activating that next level you, bringing that into your energy, your sphere right here. All right. Calling that in so you can walk into that. Month two is all about multi-level healing. So we're going to get into chakras and dreams, so many things. And then month three is all about shifting frequency. So these are the very strategies inside the Enchantress Becoming that I am going to give you that I've been applying in my life for so many years now, over a decade. All right. So much transformation will be happening in that course. All righty. Next, coming in at number six, Rich Witch with Honey Lotus of the Honey Jar, episode 383. So the reason why I was looking over here is because I have some of her oils. So I showed you the Hot Witch Summer. You know, I'm all about protection magic. So I have her Fiery Wall of Protection. These are droplets. You can also get it via the spray, and I spray it around the frame of my door. We have one, and look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's just simply amazing. Look at this bottle. This is all about divine feminine energy. This is called Good Pussy now. I believe the name was changed. Alrighty, and I have other stuff, but we're gonna just keep it there. All right, so I absolutely adore Honey Jar. I met her, I want to say in 2020. I want to say it was 2020, somewhere around that time frame. And she had Rich Witch. It was well, not was, it is. There's a lotion. There's the Rich Witch soap. And I just fell in love with it. So the thing I love about her products is it caters to the person. So while she does her prayers and, infuse it with so many other amazing things, the way it shows up in people's lives, the magic that it does is just spectacular. So some people would get thousands of dollars like that. Other people mindsets open like that so they can receive more. It's just such a beautiful thing. And working with her oils and sprays and so many other things has been beneficial in my life. Also, if you've been following me on Instagram, you have seen the reel I did showing how I use her oil in my hair to make it sleek and more shiny and smell good. And it's just so beautiful. And then I wrap my hair up And the next day or later on that day, I'm going somewhere, I would unwrap it and, just fling it about. And people say, oh, something smells so perfumey. I'm like, it's me, c'est moi. So she's just an amazing person. She has so much knowledge. I enjoyed having her on the show. And I'm so glad that you also enjoyed that episode because I just love supporting my witchy spiritual entrepreneur friends. They do so many great things. And I love to share their works with the world. All right, next. Coming in at number 5. Tia favorite series, skincare and other self-care rituals, episode 368. All right. So I love a good skincare ritual. So I got into skincare a few years ago, and I was at the point where I was pretty much giving up because I was someone who dealt with acne for many, many years. Okay. Many years. And it was to the point that I had so much acne that in grade school, this boy decided to count the acne bumps on my face. So I didn't take too much offense to it. I was just like, boy, whatever, whatever. So I'm saying this because this has been quite the journey with skincare. And I used to have crazy amounts of hyperpigmentation. So when Queen Rihanna blessed us with her Fenty skincare line, I was just like, I got to try it. Well, the results are in. My face is freaking amazing. When I go to see my esthetician, she's like, oh, what do you use? I have very little hyperpigmentation. When I tell you I used to have a lot, I mean on the side of my face, scars from it was a hot mess. Okay. And I'm so thankful for Miss Rihanna. I am so thankful for her skincare line. I could not do the 10-step process. If you remember back in the day, I'm not going to call out anybody, but it was the put this on, wait 5 minutes, then do this, and wait. I don't have time for that. I don't like it. I don't even like following directions. Okay. And now you're asking me to do that times what, 4 or 5, however many products it was. And plus it dried my face and it was horrible. So I do get facials, and it's interesting because for so many years now I found my groove. And so over the Thanksgiving holiday, I was over my best friend's house and her sister's house. And so her nieces, my best friend nieces, asked, what does Auntie Tia look like without her makeup? And both my best friend and her sister go pretty much the same. And, just to be able to get to that point is such a relief for me, because I want that healthy skin. And so really, my eyebrows just aren't as thick. They are as long. And I do get fillers every now and then. I'm actually due for fillers. So my skin is a little thin right here. But other than that, this is how I look. And, it's thanks to Fenty, thanks to facials, hydration, and minding my own damn business. No, but in all seriousness, skincare is great. Self-care rituals are great. And it really puts me in a zone. And I really love treating myself. I like taking care of myself. And it really just gives a boost in my life with confidence, just being comfortable in my skin, so much more. And it just allows me to just live life, honestly, because when you have a lot of stuff going on in your face, at least for me, it would drive me up the wall. All right, so that and self-care rituals. I'm all about it. It looks different for different people. That's the thing. And that's what I encourage. Find that ritual that is for you, that works well for you. All right, coming in at number 4, my girl AJ. Episode 376, Glamour Magic with Alexis Jackson, the Glamour Witch. It is always a good time having Alexis on. We get into a few things, and you guys love her. In her latest episode on the podcast, I said, you know what, you're the resident guest at this point. She has been the most consistent guest to come on the show. I mean, clearly you love her. She has a great time on the show. And we just have a blast. She's an awesome person, and I can't wait to meet her and Honey Jar and the other guests coming up soon in person, because they're just such amazing people. And speaking of Alexis, so the top rolled away, but as you can tell, I just used it. This is the money oil, and it has Secure the Bag. And she has like gold flakes in here, as you can see, different things. I love it. I also did a reel with that where I put it on my feet. So especially after a nice pedicure, just get out the shower, and I say a spell, like I walk into rooms with money, with opportunities. Money flows to me. Money follows me everywhere I go. I just drip money, walk in money, all that as I'm massaging my feet. And it's quite the oil. I will say that it is quite the oil. And I also put this in my hair, so, and other places too. And that's what I love, is the smell, that it works. It puts you in a certain frequency. Okay. And she's an amazing songstress. Okay. I have her latest album, some of her singles. Okay. She's awesome. Okay. She sings, she creates oils and incense and candles and programs. I mean, what else can I say? So check it out. And she pulls no punches. All right. So with that episode, we dive into glamour magic, breaking down some stereotypes about glamour magic, and really helping everyone to understand exactly what it is. And so Alexis did a very great job to, break all that down and walk us through a few things on how we can actually use glamour magic. And she also talks about, starting off with confidence, the foundational pieces. And that's what I'm all about. Foundational first, and then all the fun stuff next. All right, coming in at number 3. Winding down. Episode 373, 5 ways to stop giving a fuck and start embodying your goddess energy. This is a question I'm starting to get asked fairly often, is how to not give a fuck, how to not care. And the thing is, it's several building blocks, if you will. It's not just one thing. And when you think about it, once you start to just keep going and you gain a little bit more ground in achieving your goals, you realize, well, not just achieving your goals, but deprogramming a lot of things that we learned, learning things for yourself, really understanding the truths, being open-minded. You realize that many people can't tell you anything. It's not about being cocky. It's not about, I'm a know-it-all. It's just that once you're on a journey and you're just so far along in that journey, you realize what people can and cannot say to you. And you start to realize more where you need help. So with that, you also realize those who are truly for you. Okay, because you have to be able, in order to live your life in a way that is fulfilling for your soul, fulfilling for you, where you're connected with spirit, where things just work for you. I'm not saying that we don't have to deal with life issues, but I mean, just at that high frequency and things are just working for you. You just get it, that part. Certain people they can't give you advice. They can't. They haven't done the work. And some people don't want you to get far. So your discernment gets stronger and stronger, right? And then once you realize just how far you have come along in your journey, you're not going to give that up to satisfy someone who doesn't care about you. So you do get into this, I don't give a fuck. I don't have time to worry about what people say. I don't have time to worry about what people project on me. And, sometimes people say things because they want to put your safety first, right? Oh, don't say that, don't do that. When you put yourself out there, people are going to talk anyway. And we are not here to live kind of sort of, we are here to live out loud. Okay, whatever that is going to be different for that person, different for that person, different for that person. But we are here to do that. And to not do that is only robbing ourselves. You will be the only person unhappy, or I should say more unhappy, because those who aren't happy don't want you to succeed. So they get a little bit happy when you don't advance. So you have to have this, I don't care. I don't give two craps about certain things. I have to live my life. I have to live in my truth. And I know once I put myself out there little by little by little, the right people are going to start coming along, right? You can't hide not doing anything for yourself and then expect to have a genuine friend come along. If you aren't genuine with yourself and you still entertain people who really aren't for you, nothing's going to change. So when we start to focus on that shift, then we can really turn up the volume on our goddess energy, on embodying that, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. So when people ask me, how do you get to that point? A lot of personal growth work, shadow work, understanding what you are here for, your purpose, learning who you are truly. Once you know who you are, once you know your purpose, and you have that identity on lock, the confidence, the boundaries, everything else will fall into place. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap. All right. So coming in at number 2, protection and cleansing with Riv, episode 366. Like I said, I'm all about protection magic. Okay. I'm all about it. And we really got into the nitty gritty about protection. Okay. Because some people just think that's not necessary. And you do need to cleanse, just like you need to, shower regularly, wash your windows, clean your floors. Everything needs to be cleansed. It needs that routine. So when you are looking to protect yourself, this doesn't mean to dismiss common sense, right? If you get a bad vibe from someone, back away. Lock your doors at night, okay? Protect your sensitive information. Don't tell everyone your business. Simple things like that. But then there's the spiritual portion. And this will help you from emotional vampires. This will help you from people who just want to take in other areas in your life. This will help you combat codependency and so much more, because with that protection that you are granting yourself, you're calling back all your power and you're keeping it intact. Okay. Because when you're not protecting yourself, think of it like this. It's a cold day outside. It's 34 degrees and you have on shorts and a tank top, flip-flops. The wind is, let's say, I don't know, 24 miles per hour. And I'm just making up, like the wind is high. Okay. It's cold. It's nighttime. You're not protected. Your body is going to, shake to get you warm. Well, when you don't protect yourself on those multiple levels, spiritual and so forth, your nervous system is shot because it's in that flight or flight. Okay, what should we do? Because your energy is going this way and that way and that way and that way, because you're not protecting yourself energetically, because you're not keeping distance from certain people, because if you're entertaining certain things, there you have it. So protection and cleansing are key. And the cleansing part is really simple. Sometimes it's just spiritual debris that we pick up throughout the day. Maybe someone cut you off in the road and you got a little angry about that. totally valid. But we also got to release that. So by time you come home, you dealt with work, you dealt with other people, you dealt with traffic, or even if you're working from home, you're dealing with emails, you're dealing with different things. So taking that shower to cleanse and get rid of all that extra debris helps. So now you can shift gears and be in that more relaxed state. Okay. Nice, clean clothes. All right. Chill for the rest of the evening. All right. So that's number 2. Number 1, the most downloaded, the most whatever you want to call it. All right. Episode for this year, episode 394, Witch's Pyramid. That is a very cool spell to do. Witch's Pyramid involves a lot of concentration. And it also involves keeping things close to the chest. And that's key. Everyone shouldn't know your entire practice. Some things are private for it to be even stronger. That magic. Some things are private just because it needs to be. It's sensitive to you. Some things need to be private just to keep people from saying certain things, because sometimes that energy can create static in the witchcraft. Okay. So especially if you're starting out and you're getting a feel for it, the last thing you need is someone telling you something that isn't going to be helpful. So what I love about the Witch's Pyramid, again, it goes back to that concentration. So it is causing you to really sync with your energy as you are saying the different phrases. Okay. So when you're doing that, you are allowing yourself to focus on nothing else. And when we direct our energy to a single thing, it gets to be so much more potent. And then the confidence gets built up. Okay. And then when we release that, right, and allow its spirit, okay, to do its thing too, when things start to unravel, we start to see certain things come to fruition, it's a beautiful thing, because that's the spell we did. We got committed, we focused, released, okay, and went on about our business. And that's part of the spell work, is to do whatever that spell requires. And you can either create a spell on your own, change a few things with some spells, you can get creative and so forth. And it will help you along your journey in witchcraft. It will help you along your journey with that spellcraft. And that is a lifestyle. Okay. So with that growth, with that learning, is going to be ongoing, and things become second nature to you. Okay. Just like that. So that's why I really like the Witch's Pyramid. It's a great, great, great tool to really focus and channel your energy to bring in the things that you want. And it also helps you to practice to keep some things, again, close to the chest. All right. Because trust me, some people don't need to know your business. All right. So a recap of the top 10. Episode 369, Tia favorite series, oils, and other witchy things. Number 10. Also, I forgot to mention this spray. This is called Freak, and it states here, she makes bank. And I got this spray. I'm just going to spray it here. Woo. When I went to my business mentors conference in 2021, I had to remember, this is 2022. So yes, last year in Louisville, Kentucky, she had her amazing conference. It is, oh God, what was it called? So she's the Slay coach, and her name is Jamie King. But the conference was like the Slay, because I keep thinking Slay, like it's the Slay conference. But anyway, she had an amazing conference. I had so much fun. And the owner of the Freak rituals here, frequency infused nostalgic manifesting mist. was there, and she led us through a very interactive meditation that just raised our vibrations. And then we had this little mini spray that we spray, and it's like locked in that vibe, that energy. And so whenever we're feeling a little low, we just spray that and it just brings us right back. So that's the other thing with oils and other witchy things. Number 9, 372, fulfilling your desires. Coming in at 8, 367, must have ingredients for spell work. You are the main ingredient. Coming in at number 7, 365, visualizing your year into reality. Number 6 is episode 383, Rich Witch with Honey Lotus of the Honey Jar. Coming in at number 5, episode 368, Tia's favorite series, skincare and other self-care rituals. Number 4, episode 376, The Glamour Witch with Alexis Jackson, talking about glamour magic. Number 3, episode 373, 5 ways to stop giving a fuck and start embodying your goddess energy. Number 2, 366, protection and cleansing with Riv. And episode 394 is number 1, which is pyramid. What a year. So I now want to give a shout out to all the countries. Okay. So bear with me if I mispronounce it. I practiced this. All right. So just bear with me. All right. And this isn't, it's just, I'm just going to say it. So, because when I downloaded the stats, it's from like highest to lowest, but I just copied and pasted. So here we go. United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, India, Ireland, Germany, Netherlands. I love Germany, by the way. I had a lot of fun in Germany. Want to go back. I had fun in London. And there's many other countries I need to visit on this list. I've been to Canada a few times. All right, so where am I? Germany, Netherlands, Nigeria, Singapore, Sweden, France. Yes, I've been to Strasbourg, France, had a blast. My French is very rusty, but I was very proud of myself. I was able to get a few sentences in and they understood. So little pat on the back. All right, Norway, Mexico, many beautiful trips to Mexico, South Africa, Virgin Islands, US, Jamaica, Poland, Denmark, Japan, Russia, Italy, Spain, Puerto Rico, Indonesia, New Zealand, Bangladesh, Austria, Barbados, Maldives, Philippines, Antigua and Barbuda, Finland, UAE, Argentina, Morocco, Brazil. One moment as I scroll down. So many beautiful countries that I need to visit and return to. All right, Nepal, Israel, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Costa Rica. The sunsets in Costa Rica, life-changing. Life-changing. I tell people all the time, go to Costa Rica. All right, Vietnam, Korea, Kenya, Belgium, British Virgin Islands, Pakistan, Croatia, Greece, Lebanon, Egypt, Liban. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I thought I looked that up beforehand. Taiwan, Grenada, Ecuador, Ghana. I had a blast in Ghana. I was in Accra. The most amazing time ever. Also, the clubs in Accra. I'm just saying. The clubs in Accra, Ghana are amazing. All right, where am I? All right, Turkey, Romania, Dominican Republic, Uganda, Slovakia, Thailand, Portugal, Peru, Trinidad and Tobago, Bahamas, Iran, Czech Republic, Colombia, Sudan, Oman, Ethiopia, Algeria, Bulgaria, Tanzania, Macedonia, Fiji, Lithuania, Chile, Moldova, yes. Ivory Coast, Senegal, El Salvador, Guadeloupe, Nicaragua, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Albania, Stay. Oh my gosh, I practiced this beforehand and I still can't get it. Bonaire, Saint Ustadis Sabah. Sorry if I know I butchered it, and I am so sorry. I really practiced beforehand, and I am sorry. But thank you for tuning in. All right, we're almost there. Latvia, Estonia, Malaysia, Honduras, Cercado. I know I mispronounced that. I apologize. Ireland, Mongolia, Slovenia, Saudi Arabia. Let's see what this one is here. All right, Kiribati, Malta, Zambia, Botswana, Seychelles, Ukraine, Guatemala, Luxembourg, Angola, Guyana, Georgia, St. Lucia, Hong Kong, Uruguay, Cambodia, Bahrain, Isle of Man, Liberia, Hungary, Mauritius, China, Sri Lanka, Congo, Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, Palestinian territory, Jordan, Sierra Leone, Belarus, Bolivia, Belize, Cameroon, Suriname, Yemen, Martinique, and Venezuela. That is 134 countries, and we have a territory there. So thank you. My goodness. I mean, what? I mean, different. Some of you are literally in the future. You're already in the next day, and you are tuning in religiously. I mean, I'm just floored. I'm so grateful. I am grateful beyond belief to connect with this many people around the world. And I can see all the unique downloads. I mean, like, this is crazy. This is crazy on a consistent basis too. So, I mean, you guys rock. You guys absolutely, positively rock. And I know some of you have been with me through several rebrandings of the podcast, you know, just changing the format. There's so many things, the pauses that I had to take. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you for sticking with me. I thank you for the recommendations that you make about the episode topics you would like me to cover. I thank you. And going into 2023, if there is a topic that you would like me to cover, there's someone who you want me to have on the podcast, send me an email, okay? tia@tiamariejohnson.com. Let me know, because I want to bring you more material that you want to hear, that you want to learn, even if it's entertainment purposes. You know, we like to mix it up a little bit. All right. So again, thank you so much as we enter 2023. And I have some amazing episodes coming your way in January, you know, so I'm just looking forward to that. And again, if you resonated with what I was describing for the Enchantress Becoming Mastermind, a portal to expansion, go ahead to my website, tiamariejohnson.com/boutique. And if you feel like maybe it's not the time for you for the Enchantress Becoming, there are other amazing courses there for you, such as Activating Your Inner Goddess, the Sacred Sovereign Sorcery, and the Confidence Cauldron, among others. All right, so I'm sending you so many blessings, lots of love. You know I'm rooting for you. Be kind to yourself, and I will see you next year. Yes, that is my cheesy joke.